I hope your night is going well. Ah, I just completed my third 12 hours shift. You see my tummy? Do you really see my tummy? Yes, I just completed my third 12-hour shift. So I did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yes, three 12-hour shifts. But I won't have work again until just one day later on in the week, so that's okay. I'll get to rest, I'll get to do laundry, um, I'll get to do cleaning with help, of course. I'm going to be doing a deep clean with help, of course. So that is my plan for the week. What are your plans for the week? And how was your day? How was your Sunday? What did you guys cook? I came home like I think almost an hour ago. So no, I didn't cook. I just ordered. And I ordered it from last night because last night, sorry, eating a tangerine. So the right. Hello, Dylan, my dear. Hello, Dylan. And hello, Danita. Thank you, ladies, for joining. Yes, man. So I'm just here peeling a tangerine. I just had my dinner. So I was saying that last night I was at work, and I really wanted fish, I wanted fish so badly that when I got home, hey, Sima, good evening, my dear. If you guys, I hope you're hearing me because honestly, I am so tired. I don't know how. So yesterday I was at work and I really wanted, like, really wanted fish. So I came home and I ordered fish. Love and blessings, girly. Thank you, Dylan. Same to you, my darling. Same to you. So I came home last night and I ordered sliced fish, rice and peas, and plantain. That was for last night dinner. But I made two orders. So I also ordered oxtail and rice and peas for today. To have it at lunch. Lunchtime, I was so sleepy. Honestly, I was so sleepy. I said, let me take that lunchtime and sleep. So I brought some back my oxtail and rice and peas. And I just had it for my dinner with a little ginger beer. Yeah, you would have should be drinking water. So I said, all right, let me do that. Then I showered. I'm going to jump in bed, put on my Christmas pajama. This is some last year now. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, last year Christmas pajamas. So I put it on. I said, all right, let me come on for a little bit and tell you guys about that time when I was held at gunpoint. Right, so I was talking to this guy, right? Call him, what is that devil name? The devil name Michael, not true. Or Damien, Michael, I call him Michael. So anyway, so usually when Michael is going to his grandmother's house, he would usually ask me to, well, I can't really, is it his grandmother's house? Yes, so usually when he wants to go and visit his grandma and dad, because they both live together, the grandma and dad live together, right? Because the grandma was wheelchair ridden. So the dad would assist her in some sense, and he would also get aid. So anyway, one of the nights, just like normal, he asked me, to go with him to visit his grandmother. So of course I willingly went because it's a nice little old lady too. You see, if I just listen to that lady, she always said to me, she called me one side and whisper in my ears and say, listen, save your money, make sure so when you work, you save your money, okay? And when you save your money, don't tell any man say having a little savings. Always tell him that you don't have any money. That when it's a rainy day, you can't really find it for the family. Anyway, but she was alright, and honestly, his father treated her very poorly. From what I saw, father treated her very poorly. So anyway, so one night, as I said, as usual, I went around there. I went around to the house with him to visit his grandma. So while there now, he asked his grandmother what she wanted to drink. She said she wanted 7-Up. So she wanted 7-Up. All right. Followed him to the closest shop. He went inside. I was outside in the car waiting. No lie. We didn't drive around there. We walked because the shop was close by. Went to the shop. No 7-Up. Went to another shop. No 7-Up. But that is what him tell me. I don't know as a fact because I still said, well, he went in to purchase it. All right. So he decided that okay, if grandma says she wants 7 Up, we're going to try and get the 7 Up. So we end up walking on this dark road now. Right? But true according to him, not scared of nothing. And me just as fool following him. So walking on this dark and lonely road. So when I'm walking on the road now, I realized that him quickly just cut across me. Just suddenly, because I was chatting away like a parrot, you know. But I could kind of hear him saying something under his breath, but I really didn't stop to listen to what he was saying. I was just chatting away like a parrot. Then I just see him suddenly cut across me and bend down like he was tying his shoelace. No, go back in time. No. All right, let me continue and then I'll go back to there. So I stopped and I said to him, why you do that? Because the wind just cut me off, you know, it just cut across me and just bend down to tie his shoelace. You see, by the time he must knit up, you see, by the time he knit up my brow to ask him why him do that, people, all me know, me just hear a voice. Me just hear a voice. Say to me, say, hey, Ray, you know, cursing expletives, Jamaican expletives, and people when me turn around, I just feel a metal lick me in my chest, like in the bony part of my chest, you know, in my chest plate, you know. I feel a metal lick me in my chest, you know, guys. Me I tell you, you know, that was one of the scariest moments in my life. You see when the man lick me in my chest with a gun, and I realize, say, is a gun a man having on my chest. I said, Jesus Christ. I saw me dead. Honestly, guys, I'm not lying. I saw a white light flash. And when I saw the white light flash, I said to myself, I eat this now, you know, and dead me go dead. Because when we watch movies and people are about to go to heaven or hell, them see one white light. I have to take bad things that laugh now, you know. We really have to take bad things make joke now. But it's true, when I watch movie, I see them see this white light before them die. And I said, Jesus Christ, I saw me go dead. My heart are racing now. I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm scared. I'm in shock. Most of all, I'm in shock because I'm like, what the hell is this happening? What the hell is this happening? So anyway, you know, the guy gets up now, come back to me now, and then the guy turned the gun on him and I said to him, so where you come from? Where you come from? Whatever. And him I said, but, you know, you know. And him said to the guy, say, him don't really come from around there. Him just coming over for just visit him grandma. And him just going on the road to get some drink for the grandmother. But the weirdest thing about it is this guy, the gunman, all know him don't ask the man that me I walk with for the money. The gunman turned to me and said, where your phone there? Where the phone there, where the money there? And I say, so me I walk with that man. You not ask a man for him phone, you not ask a man for money. But you ask me for phone and money. But of course, I'm not going to give away my life for that. So I'm going in my pocket, I'm going to go, so I think I probably had probably $500 on me at the time, if so much. I want a little banger phone. That's all I had. I'm stand up in fear and I'm just open my hands up. I just stand up. I stand up in fear, open my hands, you know. Till him and the guy start go back and forth and argue. Then now, when me want peep at myself, you know, is when the gunman said to me, say, hey girl, come go over to the bush. Dark place, you know. Dark place. The man said to me, say, hey girl, come go over to the bush. So when him said that now, the guy me I walking now turn red because I'm very fair skinned. So the guy was walking now turn red and him and the man start get back and forth and me I said, Jesus. In my mind, honestly I couldn't talk. I was just dumbfounded. And in my mind I'm saying to myself, look how this madman is going to make the man kill the two of us. Look how this madman is going to make the man rape me first and then kill me. You don't know what end up happening? All the guy that I'm walking with said to me, say, come. And I say, hey, I say I must come. Couldn't move. Yes, he wanted to rape me. I could not move. There's a thing called fight, fright, or freeze. I was frozen. I could not move. All the guy I was talking to walk off, guys. I'm telling you, I could not move an inch. All I know when him walk off, because all him calling me in, I cannot move it on. All I know when he walked off, so the gunman look behind me. He's looking behind me like he's seeing something. But his face was showing fear. So same time now, I turned around. I turned around to see what is it he was looking at, and there was nothing, people. I swear to you. There was nothing, not even a cat or a puss on the road. Not even a cat or a dog on the road. There was absolutely nothing or no one else there on the road. I am telling you. Your ex started to add money on you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You understand? Thank you very, very much. Same to me think is in planet. Is in planet. I'm gonna tell you why I'm thinking planet. So now when I look Mr. the gunman looking behind me like him see something, and I'm looking and I'm not seeing anybody. So I'm like, what is he seeing? What is he seeing? Then this fear came over him. Guys, you could see the fear on his face. You could see the fear on his face until I got scared because I'm like, but I'm not seeing anything. But he's seeing something. And he just literally just suddenly backed away from me in fear and ran off into the bushes and left, guys. Ran off into the bushes and left, guys. But I'm saying this to say to you why I think is my ex planned this. Let me tell you why I think is my ex planned this. He had asked me to take out a loan for him. People, this is not something I should do. I was very young. Yeah, very young. Well, to me, I was young because I would say I was a late bloomer. The man couldn't allow nobody to take peace. The man couldn't allow nobody to take peace. Yeah, so what am I there? I'm not even but I'm tired enough. I'm so tired. So I'm trying to remember the story. So let me tell you why I think it's my ex plan this now. He had asked me the gunman afraid for him life. But nobody, I'm saying the gunman was looking behind me and there was nobody. And he was looking behind me at whatever it was in fear. And then he ran off into the bushes. So I'm like, did he see a spirit? I don't know what he saw. Honestly, I don't know. So anyway, no. So the ex had asked me to borrow some money for him because he had his daughter's school fee to pay and whatever, and he had backed up on it. So because I love the daughter, he took disadvantage of it. So he had asked me, yes, not the person that I moved out from. No, not that person. No, not that person. But yes, my ex had asked me to borrow some money for him. I went against my better judgment and I did it. He said he would have paid back the money every month. He would have given it to me. He didn't give back $1. He didn't give back $1, guys. Even when I wanted to leave, I kind of held on a little bit longer because I said I want back my money. He did not. So guess what now? I think in his mind, he was thinking there's no way I'm going to just borrow money for him and not have any money for myself. So maybe he was thinking I was cashy that night or something. Though you really had some bad experiences and God delivered you, you owe your life to him. Trust me, Danita, it's true. I've had some experiences, I'm telling you. Out of nowhere, gunman come hold me up. Out of nowhere, gunman want phone and money from me and not the man. He's most the man I was walking the planet with him friend. He's most him friend. He's most the man I was with, planet with his friend. So anyway, I did borrow the money and give it to him, but I also borrow some money for myself. I take 100,000 for myself and say if anything happened to my mother, anything happened to me, even in myself, some happened to him, I'm daughter, at least there's something there, guys. And I put the money in my suitcase. I put the money in my suitcase, guys, and one night he was there and I went to shower. And when I came out of the shower, something said to me, say, Dion, check your suitcase. So when I check the suitcase, guys, the 100,000 missing. The 100,000 missing. I know it's not my mother. I know it's not my brother. The $100,000 missing. Remember, no, guys, I have that. Remember, it's not even my money, you know. It's not even my money. It's a loan that I borrowed from NCB. Can you imagine how much interest that I'm going to have to pay back and something that I don't get the use of, not even $1. I don't get the use of that money, not even $1. So the loan I took out for him, he got, plus the money I took and said I was going to save that money just in case of anything, guys. Good evening, Shandine. Just in case of anything. So, let me tell you, I cried about that so much. Sorry. I cried about it so much. And I remember one day I cursed him with my mouth. If God is for you, no one can be against you. It's true, Kenisha. I just left Mrs. Ellis live and covered. Okay, Shandine, thank you for joining. Yes, and guess what? I must say I cursed him with my mouth and I cried. I'm tell you, I'm crying at people for saying, imagine, I go against a better judgment. Take out the loan for you because I say your daughter, you understand? And I did that, and on top of it, you robbed me. You robbed me the 100,000. I don't get $1 out of it. The worst thing I'm gonna ask him for the money, you know, him say is not him take the money because the man said to me, say, in the first place, you say you don't have any money. Can I ask for money, you know? Hey, hello, my dear Patches. He asked me for money. I said, where I must get it from? I don't have any money. So now, if I say I don't have any money, how can I ask this man for money that is missing? You see I'm smart? The man, they probably already thief my money. He already stole the money. He already stole the money. How can I ask somebody for money when I claimed I did not have any? So how could he have stolen something I didn't have? You see how the man wicked? I say I cry real tears and I curse him with my mouth. I say, you see you? I say, I am going to live. I am going to live to hear that you lose every single thing you have down to the bed that you sleep on. Guys, I live to see the day. I live to see the day, guys, when he saw me and said to me, you is a Obe woman. I said, I wish. He said, if I was an Obe woman like these people keep saying, I would have been rich. Because why would I want to be rich for myself? It makes sense? You understand? It don't make sense. I said, if I was an Obe woman, I'd be rich. And he did lose every single thing he had down to the bed that he slept on. And I said, thank you, Jesus. God no. I said, thank you, Jesus. I remember even one evening, you know, I'm remembering another incident. This is another one to show you how cold he was. I remember one incident, one Friday evening, you know, I wanted Chinese food. So I walked down the road to get Chinese food, but that road kind of lonely still. It wasn't late, about 7:30 or so, I think. Not later than 8. Of course, this is karma. It wasn't later than 8 and I wanted Chinese food. I think it was chicken chop suey. So I went across to the Chinese restaurant to buy the chicken chop suey. But when I was crossing the road to go over there now, I noticed there was a gentleman perched on a bicycle at the bus stop. So I kind of glanced at him, but I didn't really look at him too long. I went over the Chinese restaurant and I was in there, I think about 20 minutes, and I got my food. When I stepped out to go back across the road, I noticed the gentleman was still there on his bicycle. I said, no, that's strange, something wrong. So I decided to stay in the Chinese restaurant about another 15-20 minutes. When I came out, he was still there. I said, you know what? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe he's just there waiting on his girlfriend or whatever. You understand? Come out, cross the road, go on my memory way. But something kind of still nigging me like, so, you know, there's something just don't feel right. You understand? Like something just don't feel right. Anyway, walking on my mirror way now to go home. So I look back a couple times because something in the back of my mind still saying, I wonder if that guy alright or is something bad. At a point, I stopped looking. Guys, I'm walking on the people in grass. All I know, I feel a hand grab me in my waist, you know, and I drop. I feel something grab me in my waist, and when I drop, I spin around because I want to see who this person is and why this is happening. Grab me in my waist and I slide. The food drop and the phone drop. No, like the phone didn't drop it. The food fell from my hand, but the phone was still in my hand. Now those days I had a little Nokia banger. You know the little kind of peanut shaped phone? A little Nokia banger. Guys, it's when I drop and I turn over. So I'm now on my back and my foot in the ear. And my feet in the ear. So when I look, it's a meat chopper. The man coming at me with chop me, you know. A meat chopper, you know, guys. And out of natural reflex, I put up my hand. I put up my hand to block it. I had the phone in my hand. And thank God, the chopper chopped the phone and the phone dropped. It barely scraped my finger. You can't even see it. My little finger. Barely, when I said barely scrape it, you see when the man look on the ground, I said the phone I was walking with, the man look at the phone and look at me. Him look at the phone and him look at me. Him look at the phone, it's like him confused. Then the man said, oh, sorry, wrong girl. And him just jump on the bicycle and drive off. Brought home, to be honest, I was in such shock that I still took up the food. Even though the food must turn over, it turn over and it turn upside down. I took up the food, I took up the phone. Yeah, you know those days them phone hard for mash up. You throw them in all kind of things hard for mash up. I went home and I went home. Sorry guys, indigestion. The guy I was talking to, I think he came like 10 minutes after or so. Probably 5 to 10 minutes after, and I told him the story. Doves, would you believe? The man said, I must come in the car. He's going to drive and search for the guy. I said, don't make any sense. The guy must gone. He said, I must come in the car. He's going to search for the guy. And I'm driving around looking for the guy. I'm never find the guy. You see, when I'm driving back to my house, would you believe that this man turned on me? Would you believe that this man turned on me and said, is my man? Is my man, and me and my man on the road fighting? And because I know people know him, and I don't want anybody to tell him that they say me and my man on the road fighting, me and my man make up story to tell him that it. People, boy, I don't know. I tell you the truth. With that person, I've been to that doorway. That doorway, I'm telling you. That doorway. Imagine, you know, somebody could have chopped me, killed me, you know. He could have blind me. Could have chopped off one of my limb. He could have done me any manner of evil. And imagine the person that is supposed to be looking out for you is telling you that is a story you and this person cook up. You don't know them. Imagine you run into this person for empathy and he's telling you that is you and this person cook it up because of in a relationship. I don't know why anybody can say, look here, man. Look here, man. You know what I'm happy about? Those days are behind me. They are behind me as in, yes, I went through them, but I don't think these are things you ever really get past or get over. I don't think so. I don't think these are things you get past because our experiences, they form who we are. You know, our experiences, they really form who we are, you know. So whenever I sit and I think about, whoa, I could have died. I could have died twice. One of them, I think it was probably his doing. You know, I could have died twice. And you didn't care. You did not care. You understand? People, guys, I'm just saying, we have to look out for ourselves more, especially as women, and we are nurturers. Sometimes we're sleeping with our enemies and we don't know. It's true, he was an enemy. He was definitely an enemy. Boy, see him, trust me, God carry me through some things. He definitely was an enemy. And when I found out he was an enemy, I was scared to leave. Because the man said, if me leave him, he's going to go on the house top. The man said, if I leave him, he's going to lay away me on the house top because he knows my whereabouts. He knows what time I go to work. He knows everything. The man said, if I leave, he's going to lay away me and stay on the house top and him say I'm going to drop a brick in my head and kill me. Those are the words. Yes, PTSD. Post-traumatic, is it shock disorder or stress disorder? That is what the man said. He's Sim an impasse narcissist. Impasse narcissist. And what I learned, which to me now is very important, his mother hated him like poison, and his father hated him like poison. None of them wanted him. Not one of them. None of them wanted him from he was a child. So to me, he hates women. He hate woman because he hate his mother. So when you date somebody, if their mother still alive, find out what kind of relationship them and their mother have, because them if them hate their mother, chances are them never like you, because them just hate women. It's just like you'd watch those stories or those movies where men go around and pick up prostitutes and kill them because their mother was a prostitute, or their mother used to have how many relationships they would see coming into the house, or their mother just ignored them, whatever it is, and them just really hate women. That is what the man said to me. He's going to go on the house top, lay with me, and drop a brick in my head and kill me. Do you know when I left that relationship? When I made up my mind to die. I made up my mind that, okay, God, death must be better than this, so it's better him take my life, because I can't do it. We cannot do it. If I was somebody that could do this or this, like what other people do, would have gone a long time. We cannot do it. We can't do it. We don't know how people do it. It's worse than a myth. I know the word, but if I say it, I will stutter. Where's my mother? Yeah, if I say it, I will stutter. I'm only sorry you had to go through all of that and no one knew but God and time. Hello dear Natalia. Happy Sunday to you too. Sim, I know that is not that nobody knew. I had confided. I'm glad you brought that up. I remember I had confided in a supervisor at work. And this is what taught me not to have friends at work. Tomorrow is my 40th birthday, guys. Natalia, let us sing a happy birthday. Let me give him a Tony Braxton voice now. Okay, guys, so let's train a little bit. Natalia, my darling, tomorrow you'll be 40. I'm 40 already. Yes, you know I'm older than you. So you're gonna have to call me Miss. Anyway, so this is a little interlude. Come, Natalia, let us sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy pre-birthday, my dear Natalia. Happy pre-birthday. How are you planning on celebrating your birthday tomorrow? If indeed you'll be celebrating tomorrow or over the weekend. I know you also do wonderful designs and balloons and stuff like that. So will you be doing anything like that for your birthday? Do you plan on going out? Do you plan on staying in? For me, I honestly genuinely prefer staying home on the day and just relax. You're very welcome. Just relax. Lock off my phone, because I'm I'm always hibernating. It's just how I am. And then at a different point, I would celebrate it, So that is how I would really do it. See, same thing. It's the exact thing I would do. Nothing. And people say, "How come?" I just like that day to just reminisce. Just think about life. Just relax. Take a breather. Probably make a little nice candlelit bath. Those days I could drink, not now. So I, drink wine, make my little fruit basket and so on, play some nice music and just, self-care day, pamper myself and everything, Yes. So just relax and enjoy. Doing nothing is still enjoyment, People will say, "Oh, that's boring." No, it's not. Relaxing is fun. It's absolutely fun, my dear. So when it comes tomorrow, we will definitely wish you a happy 40th birthday. All right, Natalia? Yes, guys, so let me go back to it now and tell you now. So I had a supervisor at work that I entrusted, and so I confided in her. Cause when it was happening, it's like I didn't realize I was being abused. And then when I realized I was being abused, I didn't know what to do about it. It's not something I was accustomed to. I felt ashamed. It was a scary place. It was a lonely place. So I thought I could trust her. So I told her the things that I was going through and so on. And she ended up telling everybody at the office. Everybody at the office. So can you imagine me having to go to work every morning feeling naked? That's the only way I could explain it. Feeling naked and like I was raped. And having to work among these people. She's my supervisor. Having to be professional with her anyway. Having the other ladies there taunting me with it. You understand? Taunting me. Like it was a daily horror. And I had to go through that. You know, I had to go through that. And I think from that incident, I learned, I became paranoid as it relates to people. I kind of stay by myself. And if I have something to say, to be honest, I prefer to come on and tell the public than somebody else go and tell everybody for me. Yeah, I prefer to come on and tell the public. I couldn't believe it. So I was going through it, living through it at my house. At Honestly, my mother may think that when she sees this, she'll probably disagree with it. But I felt so alone in it. I felt like my brother didn't do anything to help me being a man. I needed help. I didn't know how to ask for help or reach out for help. I felt like my mother didn't care. I felt like my brother didn't care, because this person was also physically abusive, So it was a lot. And from that incident, I think I learned how much I just couldn't trust people because I felt so helpless. Maybe to them, I didn't want to leave him and I wanted to stay in it, but it's something I cannot explain mentally what you go through. You want to leave, you're scared. Then you end up picking up for the person. If somebody says something bad, you end up protecting them. It's a very strange kind of it's very strange. It's very strange and it's a very lonely place to be. Because when I told that lady and she told everybody, I I climbed up. And what it does is it makes you stick to the abuser even more. Because the same person who abuses you is the same person who shows you affection. And it's weird. It's weird. He would drive to the end for me or for anybody. He would do it. Anybody. But I'm here now and I said, can you wash my hair for me? He's going to do it. I said, can I do this for me? He'll do it. Can I do that for me? He'll do it. He'll do it. But he was sick. He was sick. That my boss actually said to me that, listen, you need to leave this person. My boss said that to me. He said, I know him from he was a child. He's troubled. He said, I know that guy from he was a young boy. He is troubled. Yeah, he is troubled. But yes, I learned not to trust anybody. I learned not to trust anybody. Battered women syndrome, the Stockholm syndrome. That's exactly right. It's like I cannot understand how the brain works because I run to others for help, and they did that to me. I ran to her for help, and instead of helping me, she embarrassed me terribly. So I said, okay, it's better I stick to the evil that I know. And so it made me stuck to him even more and block out the world. I blocked everybody else out. I didn't want to speak to anybody. I didn't want to see anybody. Nothing. He wasn't my safe zone. He was a problem, but I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do because I'm living in the house with my brother and my mother, and it's like both of them blind. Nobody helping me. None of them help me. So to me, They just didn't care about me. And mother, when you see this, I apologize. But I'm just saying how I felt. I'm not saying that was a fact. I'm saying that is how I felt about it. And so I didn't tell anybody until one day my aunt came down from abroad and she made a statement that made me aware that my mother told her. And I was hurt again. I was hurt again. I was deeply hurt again because I didn't tell any family member. And I'm saying, you have not tried to help me once, but yet you're telling a family member what your daughter is going through, but you never once tried to help me. It got to a point where I even went to the police station for help, and the policeman said he was going to help me so that that guy could never, ever, ever bother me forever. You know what I mean? But I did not have the heart to do that. I couldn't. I couldn't. He searched for him high and low for days. And I said, no, I can't do that. I can't go through with that. I said, let God deal with him. I said, his karma will come. Let God deal with him. I said, his karma will come. But it was a lot, guys. Yeah, man, it was a lot. Let me tell you, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was almost 5 years, I think. And I didn't know how to get out. Yeah, I didn't know how to get out until I made up my mind to die. That was it. I'll never forget the day he went in my drawer. I didn't even know, you know. I just showered, came out. He said he was leaving, he left. I went in my drawer to get clothes to put on. Sorry. And this evil person took a pair of scissors and cut every single piece of my clothing in my dresser, folded them back neatly, and put them back in the dresser. This person is like a lifetime movie, man. He's like a lifetime movie, man. Cut up everyone. Cut up all of my shoes. Cut them up and put them back neatly under the dresser. And when he was leaving, he spoke to me quite fine, like nothing happened. And he drove out, like nothing happened. I remember I was there and he would come there because he knew I didn't like noise or I didn't like certain type of attention. He would come there and create noise out by the grill so that I have to let him in. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, why don't somebody help me? I'm in the house with my mother, I'm in the house with my brother. It's like nobody cared. It's like nobody cared. What ended up happening? Well, of course, I ended up leaving because I thought he should have been locked away. He's abusing other women because he's a sadist, psychopath, sociopath, misogynist. So I finally said the word because I didn't want to stutter. He should have been locked away, but guess what? I remember I reported him to the police station. This is another time. And one day, because you know it's a cycle. It's a cycle with abusers. Because there was nobody I could turn to, I ended up sticking to him because it's like I'm saying I'm in the house, my family isn't helping me. The person I confided in, she told everybody, says like I feel like there's nobody I thought help me or protect me, so I just stay to myself. But when I'd gone again to report him to the police station, right, there was this female officer. And I was telling everybody what was happening, and she was cursing the person and said she can't wait to find him. But when you're being abused, you leave the person and you go back, and you leave the person and you go back. It's a cycle. So one night we were at his friend's house, and because the police had the description of the car, the description of him, the license plate and everything, so they drove down and they saw him. They took him to the police station and everything, yeah? They cuffed him and took him to the police station. So I went around there to speak to them. You know what the police woman said to me all of a sudden when she saw the person? When she looked at him? The lady said to me, you see, you is a wicked woman. Look on the nice piece of boy who used to do all of this to you. He was half Chinese. That is what that is what a woman said to me. She said I was a wicked woman. She said, that nice boy. She don't go looking at him, you know. She said, that nice boy do those things to you that you're saying. I don't believe you for 1 minute. So you see, that is the third person I go to for help. And then shut the door in my face. And so the cycle continued until I made up my mind to die. Yeah, I made up my mind to die. He would harass me so much. I would have to tell the security at work. His license plate number, all his friends' license plate number, everybody that I know. Because when he realized he couldn't get in, he would drive his friend's vehicle come in there. He would call the workplace. He would taunt me. He would say the nastiest, most degrading things about me. And after they said, this man, I don't know why I'm alive. As I say, it's because I guess I'm stronger than I think. So there's no way I could do this, or I could do that, or I could take tablet or whatever. I couldn't. At one point, I was really hoping that he would, because I didn't know how to get out of this thing and I did not want to live like this anymore. I didn't. You know the worst thing about it? This person has 2 daughters. He has 2 daughters. And I really hope to God that none of them end up getting someone like him. And he treats them like princesses. He does. He treats them like princesses. But other women he hates. I'm glad you got out and can now give your testimony. I'm telling you, Patrice, but it was an awful ordeal. And I'm saying this to speak out, to say domestic violence it is probably more common than we think, and women are scared to speak about it. I don't even know how I got to this point. I don't know how I got to this point in it. Yeah, but domestic violence, women are scared to speak out about it. Because people look and say, but you, look at you. And you really allow a man to do that to you? You really allow this, you really allow that? People, I'm telling you, it is a difficult thing unless you've been in it. It's like your brain isn't sure how to react. This is new, you know. Remember, this is new to me. Your brain isn't sure as to how to react. Plus, remember, I know we love life. So if somebody's telling you that they're going to kill you if you leave, you prefer stay and go and take whatever go on, because you know one dead. So the only way you will leave is when you make up your mind to die. And that is a long and tedious, that is a very tedious process. A scary one. You have to really reach your wit's end. You have to really reach your wit's end. I remember one time, my family was going to a wedding in Montego Bay and they asked me if I wanted to attend. I said no, I didn't want to go, and I stayed home. So he knew I was home alone. At this point, I had broken up with him for 4 months. I managed to stay away from him for 4 months. How? I went somewhere he couldn't find me. I went and lived on a train line in a board house with someone that I knew. So I had to go there in this board house on a train line on squatter's land, because I was scared for him to find me. And in my mind, he would never think that I would go there to live. I have to be there using outside toilet. You understand what I say? Leave a mother good house. Hence, domestic abuse women are not helped during their being abused until they are true. And you know, Christine, you know, I know these words. Forgive me. I have a brain tumor. But I do know these words. You understand? United Nations reported that Jamaica is ranked second in the world for femicide. No one helps. Don't worry, I will soon pronounce it. I know the word, but I realize that I'm having certain issues. Some words I forget to spell, some things I forget to pronounce, but I do know them. Where was I, guys? I forgot. Brain fog. Pregnancy plus the tumor. Yeah, brain fog. I forgot where I was, Right, so my family went to the wedding. So I managed to stay away from him for 4 months. I just don't want to use the word killed. I understand. Annihilated. I know the word. Yeah. Yes. Um. Yeah, and so I knew he wouldn't find me there. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go to courts and take out a few things just to freshen the room and just, feel a difference. Nothing in there would remind me of him. So I went and on higher purchase too. I took out the bed, a TV and entertainment center, the TV, a new dresser. I got a fan, even iron. She'd say that's everything new. That's everything new. My TV, everything. That's everything new. Everything new. Good night, Antoinette. Thank you for joining the live. It's everything new. And he came there the night, and I didn't realize he had a problem with it. I was the only person there. And it's like a switch went off in his head, and he turned red, and his eyes turned red, and he said to me, "Where's the man that you have?" Like 5 minutes before this, we were laughing and talking and playing, and just like a switch. And him said to me, "So where's the man that you have?" And I said, "Huh?" Him said, the man we have, him there. I said, "Which man?" And I saw death in his eyes, guys. I don't know how I passed him. I reached in my brother's room, and I went in my brother's room, and I locked the door, and I went under the bed. I was that scared. The look I saw in his eyes is like a killer that you watch on TV. I don't know how I reached past him. I reached under my brother's bed and locked the door. So the man realized he couldn't get into the room. He never tried to kick down the door, It's when he realized he could not get into the room, guys. I was in the room over an hour. I'm thankful that you're now talking about your ordeal. This is part of your healing process, and your story can help other women that are being abused right now. I really hope it will, Christine. I don't even know how I got into it so deep, because it was never my intention to get so deep into the story, but I guess I was just led to do it. But it's hard. It's really hard, especially if you have no one to help you out of it. And if the closest people that are around you throw you under the bus, you're going to stick to the person. If the closest people around you not looking out for you to try and help you in any way, you're going to stay there, because when you're in that state, you're in your mind, you're helpless. You can't do it alone. It's like you're just there, hopeless, and you're hoping somebody could have just take you and just drag you out. You hope somebody could just take you and drag you out, but nobody not doing it. And you don't know how. And you want the help, and you don't know how to get the help. Yes, I stayed in the room about an hour and a half until it was quiet. Because I knew he was doing things. I'm like, oh my God, he must be destroying my things. When I felt safe enough to come out of my brother's room, and I went into my room, it was about 3 a.m. in the morning. When I went in my room, he took my TV, he took my TV, he broke the TV, he mashed in the glass on the TV. He cut the cord. Yeah, he cut the cord. He had also, you could tell, put it in water. So he filled the sink, the washroom. He had 2 sinks around the back. And he filled the sink with water. So he broke the glass of the TV. He cut the cord of the TV that wasn't enough for him. He filled the sink with water. He put the TV in it, and then he threw it around the backyard. My iron, he cut the cord, put it in the sink with the water, throw it around the back. My brand new sheet sets, he cut them to shreds, put them around the back, turn on the hose on them. This is like a Lifetime movie. Turn on the hose on them so they're all muddy. They're already cut up. Why do you need to do all of that extraness? It just goes to show you what he wanted to do to me that night, or what he would have done if he caught me. He was so enraged that he wasn't able to catch me, because as far as he's concerned, it's a man bought me them because I don't have any money to buy it. You understand? Higher purchase. I went and took the stuff out, and I didn't want anything around me that reminded me of him. And I eventually ended up going back again. And he did that. My brand new entertainment center, he ripped off everything off it. Everything. He went around in the house. He knew where the tools were. Yeah? And he took the hammer and he dismantled my TV stand. He dismantled my dresser. My brand new mattress. He opened bottles of red wine and poured it all over. He went in my bag, and the little money that I had in my bag, he ripped every piece to shred on the bed. My jewelry, he burst every one of them. Threw it on the bed. Everything again got cut up. Every single thing in that room got destroyed. And even though he did all of that, the worst part about it was for me. He knew I was in the house alone. I know what he did. He went around to every grill. Around to the back kitchen. Around to the washroom. The front of the house. And he took off every single grill. I'm telling you, Patrice, it sounds like a movie. And he took off every single lock. He took every single lock off those grills. He took the front door key. He left me in that house at 3 a.m. with every single grill flung wide open, doors wide open, and he went about his business. Then he phoned me and left a message to tell me that the keys and the lock, they're thrown away. So I must know how I'm going to sleep in the house tonight. The man leave every single grill open, every door open, and he knows that I'm alone for the weekend. You understand what I'm saying? Ladies, I don't know how to appeal to you. I don't know how to appeal to you. If somebody tell you that they're going to kill you, take the risk. But you have to leave. You have to find a way and leave. Because somebody telling you all the time they're going to kill you, Yeah, people can say, yeah, I'm going to kill you. But when you see people do these things that show you that, yes, they will actually do it, it scares you and it makes you stay even though you want to leave. But I'm saying and I'm urging you today that you really have to leave. You have to make the brave choice. But at the same time, you have to also be smart. Don't go around telling them that you're leaving. You don't go around telling them that you're leaving. You have to plan your way out. Plan your way out. Don't speak to friends of theirs, family of theirs. You cannot confide in any of them. They will not be on your side. As a matter of fact, a lot of them will not believe you. Oh wow, sis, you're a strong woman. Thank God you survived. You have several books to write. If you haven't written one before, I've never written a book before, but I could write one, I'm telling you. Yeah, you have to leave. You have to leave, and there are signs. There are always signs. First, they try, they speak to you. They shout. Yeah, that's one of the first signs. They will shout at you. Or if they want to play with you, they will play rough with you. Or men don't play rough with women, especially not your woman. Like things like that. They will make certain statements to you and laugh about it and say, oh, they were just joking. Hello there, Mrs. Ellis. No, they're not joking. They're testing your reflexes. They are testing how you are going to react to it. I remember one night, he boxed me. And when he boxed me, I bite out him flesh. I bit him in his calf. I bit out his flesh. But after a while, he wore me down. That is the next thing they will do. They know how to. He wore me down. I was tired. I just gave up. I just literally gave up. I can tell you some will not believe you. I know. Yes. People won't believe it. Yeah, people won't believe it. I'm telling you. But if you've never experienced it, a lot of people have not experienced it. So I have to also understand that they just don't believe it. You understand? I have to just also understand that they just don't believe it and that they won't. But it is real. Abuse is real and it comes in many different forms. People don't have to hit you to abuse you. One of the worst way abusers abuse you is mentally. Yes, one of the worst ways abusers abuse you is mentally. Because what they do is they study you. They know everything that brings you joy, everything that brings you sorrow, everything that makes you feel bad about yourself. They study you. Katie, I know what a God. Strong for true, man. Yeah, man, I'm strong. I'm stronger than I think. Matter of fact, a lot of us are stronger than we think. You know, it's just like me, waiting to deliver this baby and worrying about the pain. Waiting to deliver this baby and worried every night I can't sleep. Worrying about the pain, because I don't want to take the epidural. I'm scared that it may affect my spine or something later on in life. Give me aches and pains that I just don't want to have to deal with. But yeah, guys, it was a lot. Yeah, man, it was a lot. And still there are some parts of it that I haven't even mentioned. It was a lot. Funnily, when I migrated here, I saw someone so odd. I saw someone who used to work where he worked, and I was sharing the experience with her. Remember, you was there when I was in labor. You will manage. But you were strong. You were strong, man, Kenyan. I have a very low pain to your shoulder. I'm physically strong, but belly pain twists me up. That's why I was glad I really had a period anyway, rarely. Where was I? I can't remember. Guys, I have brain fog. Pregnant, so you have pregnant brain. Plus I have the brain tumor. Plus I'm tired. So that's 3 things in one. Yeah, man, it's a lot. I remember one day I confided also again, this is the 4th person, in someone at his workplace. I should ask him why I would behave so odd when he comes around, man. It's like I just change. It's like I'm a robot. And I confided in her. But she didn't realize the depth of it. And one evening, she called both of us and decided she was going to talk to us about it openly. And I'm behind her. Hello there, precious. Thank you for joining. And I was behind her trying to signal to her to say, no, don't do that, don't do that. And this girl said to this guy, listen, what is really happening here? Because she's telling me that this and that and that and that. Is it true that you're really abusing her? Jesus Christ, she don't know that is my grave she sent me that night. And he has such a charming smile and he's so friendly and he's so lovable. And he just gave her a pretty smile and said, me, you really think I would do something like that? And then he turned to me in front of her and said, have I ever done that to you? And guys, with tears in my eyes, I had to answer and say, no, he's never done it. He said, what? So why would you tell her things like that? I would, man say, I would never do things like that to you. That is more than gaslighting. And I just stood there with tears just rolling down my eyes. I said, once again, there's nobody in this world that I can trust. Nobody in this world that I can trust. You see? So isolation, mind you, I'm kind of like that. But also because of these experiences, isolation is something that I learned. Tell me if this isn't weird. I'm living in the UK, right? I'm in the UK now, and I live on my own. I have housemates, but I live on my own. I'm not ready to live with my partner. I'm not ready to do that. Yes, I'm ready for the baby because I'm 40, and everybody said that it's sad you had no safe place. None. So I am my safe place. So I stay away from people for a reason. Because when I needed people, there was nobody. There are many undiagnosed, mentally, emotionally disturbed men, women among us disguised as normal persons. It's true. We have to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant. When you're leaving, don't show any signs that you're leaving. That's the exact thing I was just saying, Christine. Because you know, some women will tell the men, oh, I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you. Don't tell them. You have to just make a plan, a solid plan, and just leave. When you're leaving, don't show any signs. No one is coming to save abused women. Hence, so many abused women are, yes. Please run for your life. I'm happy that you have found someone to love and cherish you. Be vigilant at all times. Yes, Christine, he loves me. And even so, I'm still vigilant. Yeah, he loves me, and even so, I'm still vigilant. Because when we argue, which is rare, because honestly, I'm not argumentative. I prefer walking away and just not dealing with you. I cut people off so easily, it is bad. I prefer walking away and not dealing with you. I don't like arguing because I see if it gets to a certain point, I get in a certain type of temper that I don't like. And when I get into that temper, it takes me a long time to cool down. It takes me a long time to get out of it. Yeah, it takes me a long time to get out of it. I don't like it. I prefer to just leave people, just cut them off. Just leave people alone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I remember they had it at my workplace. Everybody was talking about it and laughing about it. They would say certain things to me, say certain things to me, and they would jeer me, and it was a terrible ordeal. Women did this to me. I'm confused. Wasn't here when you started the live. Did you have any quarrel with anyone? Okay, precious. Really and truly, I came out to speak about when I was held up at gunpoint. And I thought, in my thinking, it was my ex partner who planned this because he thought I had money that he could get. So I thought he planned it with his friend. So then I went on now to give other stories. I used to give silent treatment, which hurt them more. Well, I'm kind of like that too because I'm not argumentative. So I don't give the silent treatment to be silent to hurt them. I just don't like arguing. It takes too much. I don't like it. And how you feel depressed, you feel stressed, you feel angry. I don't like arguing. Just talk to me now. We're adults. Let us have an adult conversation. Just talk to me. Yes, I'll let me back up a little bit. So even my child's dad know I still don't allow certain things. I don't. And I won't. And that's one reason I want to help myself so I can be independent. I don't want to be dependent on any man ever again. I don't. So if I'm going to live with somebody, I want to know that if we should part tomorrow, I am able to still live that way without them. So yes, I'm having a child because I want it for me. I'm not doing it for the man. I want the child for me. So even if this one doesn't work out, I'm okay. I have my child. Because the initial thing I went in it for anyway was a baby. Yes. He was initially my sperm donor, even though he didn't agree. But in my mind, and as I told him out of my mouth, I was only seeking a sperm donor. So if it doesn't work out, it just doesn't, and it's just life, you know? Just life. So what did the co-worker say? The one you saw in the UK. Oh, thank you, Patrice. So remember I told you that this guy asked me to take out loan for him. Yeah, to help with his daughter's school fee because him saying didn't have any money and they were going to put him out of school. Soon come Katie and soon answer. Right? So him saying didn't have any money and they were going to put him out of school. When I saw the co-worker here and I told her about it, you know what she said? She said everybody at his office thought I was stalking him. You know why? I had to go to work with him when he was working in the evenings. Not by choice. It's not a choice. I had to go to work, and so the girls at his office, who especially the ones who liked him, the lady I saw was one of them, thought I was watching my man. When I said to her, you don't even understand. I wasn't at his workplace by choice. I had to be there. Or it would have been a big argument, and I cannot stand argument. One night, guys, it was a rainy season, like storm. Like storm, you know? Like storm. And I was sick. I had the flu, something I rarely ever get, but he stressed me so much I became ill. And I told him that night, I said, I don't want to go to your workplace, I want to go home. He said, but when you go home, what are you going to do? I said, drink soup, probably coconut water, have some fruits. He said, okay, he will get that. He said, I'm not carrying me home. And he picked me up at my office. Get the stuff, the soup, the coconut water, the fruits, drive around the world to get it. Brought me to his place of work, took out cushions out of the sofa, put it on the floor in his office. I said, dear, if you were home, you'd have been in bed, right? He said, the only thing is that you're not going to be able to have a shower until they get home. He said, if you're home, you'd have been in bed because you're sick. He said, see bed there. He took the cushions out of the sofa and he said, see a bed there. He said, see your fruits there, see your coconut water there, see that they're not going home. And I couldn't go home, guys. I couldn't. Okay, so back to the co-worker here. Right, so she was there, all the girls there at the office because they loved him. He was charming, he had a beautiful smile. To them, he's just this good looking guy. And I always say to him, you know, you only have complexion, but you're not good looking. Me say, your receipt gone back. Me say, your nose big and your eye bulby. You're just brown, you're not good looking. Anyway, the girl here said to me, what you say when I told her that I even took a loan for him to pay the daughter's school fee so that she wouldn't get kicked out of that school? The girl said to me she couldn't believe it, but how I was just telling her in sequence because I'm still not saying everything here, you know? When I tell her everything, the girl started crying. She couldn't believe it. She said, everybody at the workplace thought I was his controlling girlfriend and I was this and I was that. I'm like, oh my God. You see perception? Do you see perception? Everybody thought I was the one stalking this man when I had no choice but to be there. I had to, or is war. The girl said she used to see his invoices, and in those days, she said that man never carry home less than 200,000, 250,000. Some invoices 350,000, and the man used to make me do up invoices for him that said 80,000 only. Oh my God. My God, man, I don't know. You hear what I say? He used to make me do up invoices for him that would say 80,000, not more than 100,000. The length he went through to prove to me how much he wasn't making any money because he wanted to use me. And even so, it was still more than I was making. She said, what you say? She said, sometime I had 300,000 man carry home for the month. She said, I saw his invoices. Remember, she said, remember the department I worked in? I saw his real invoices. The invoices he asked you to make never got to us. That's fake. He created that. So that is what the co-worker here told me, Patrice, that the man was making big, big bucks from me years ago. Years ago, let me see questions. I think I saw Kaden asking me if I'm going to move. Um, go back. Oh Lord. Hello from Jamaica. I just see somebody say hello from Jamaica. I'm trying to find it. Hello from Jamaica. Mm-mm. Oh, Novelet. Hi, Novelet. Thank you for joining. I'm trying to go back up to find the comments. Jesus, I'm doing something wrong. So Kaden asked me if I still have to move. I spoke with my agent. I spoke with the agent, and the agent said she spoke to her boss, and their boss says he has no grounds to give me notice. She said, you pay on time, you're a good tenant. So her boss said they have no grounds to give me notice. They have no grounds to ask me to leave. So she's like, well, more than likely, you're going to have your baby there and it's still going to be there for a while. Because the issue that she claimed that they had was that the house would have been deemed illegal. It would have been deemed illegal for an extra person to be here, even though it's a baby. Because she said the house should just be for 4 people. I think that's what she said. Sorry, so she said it would have ended up being illegal. So I don't know how come all of a sudden it's okay for me to be here. Which is God work it out that way? Because my partner lives far away. So if I should go into labor tomorrow, the hospital is down the road, the ambulance depot is just around the road. So even if God make me just live here until the baby is born and I'm here for just 3 months after that, honestly guys, I'm grateful. Yeah, honestly guys, I am grateful. Because I'm near the hospital and I have an ambulance depot just around the corner. So that makes me feel safe. Yes, that makes me feel safe. Christine says, many people love narcissists because they don't know how dangerous they really are until it's too late. That is exactly it, Christine. That's what I'm saying. It is kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. People did not believe me. People did not believe me. He was so charming, pleasant, friendly, kind, always smiling. One thing he had was beautiful teeth. He had a beautiful set of teeth. He was always smiling and mannerable. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, man. Just a people person. So outgoing. So outgoing. So if you don't know, I'm telling you, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yes, Dr. Jekyll. Because I'm telling you that the night when he cut everything in the house, throw away the key and do everything, I'm telling you guys, I saw death in his eyes. I saw a look in his eyes. It's like it was a switch, an instant switch. Split personalities. Yes, it was an instant switch. And my mind said to me, this man is going to kill me tonight. It is so funny when I migrated here. He drove to the house. I don't know how. It's like I migrated this month and the following month he drove to the house and asked my mommy for my number. So she came in and she phoned me. Good night, ma. It's 12:30 a.m. here in Nigeria, rounding up for bed. All right, Precious, thank you very much for joining. Let me see what time it is for me here in the UK. It's very late for me also, you know. Let me bring this down and look at the time. It's 11:31. Okay, so we are 1 hour apart. All right, Precious, thank you very much for joining, okay? And if you know any women or men that's being abused, you know, see how you can help them to navigate it, you know? Don't let them feel like it's their fault or they're foolish to stay in it. God is good, though. That is true. God is good. Yeah, I literally saw the look in his eyes that night, and I'm like, this man is going to kill me. He became a totally different, like a 360 degree turn. A totally different person. So he went to my house and he asked my mother for my number. So she phoned me. I was living here. She said to me, you'd never believe who is here. And she told me. And it's like I just got goosebumps. I got cold. I just felt cold. I'm like, what the hell is he doing at my house? And Marie Cornell, it's okay, my dear. You can watch it over, but thank you for joining. I said, what the hell is he doing there? She said, him asking for the number. And I'm thinking, she shouldn't even call me and tell me that this person is asking for my number. This person could have killed me. He could have made me kill myself. You know what? I guess she wasn't thinking along that line. I just said to her, guess what? I said to her, what does he want? She said, he said he came to apologize. I said, after all these years, he's coming to apologize. I said, okay, take his number. If I feel like listening to his apology, then I will phone him and listen to the apology. I never did. I never stored the number, nothing. What can he really say to me after all those years? What can he really say to me after all those years? Oh, I didn't deserve it. I was a good girl, he was saying to my mother. What is that? What can that do for me? It has scarred me. It has scarred me terribly. You understand? It has given people around at an office, at the workplace, that I would not have wanted to see me in a certain light, and he did that to me. He embarrassed me totally. Right? Totally. Why would I want your apology so that you can feel better and I have to live with it? No. I don't want it. Keep it. Anyway, guys, as I said, I started talking about the gun thing and I strayed and I come here. Good night, watching from Jamaica. Hey, hello there, Carver. Thank you for joining. You know, I ended up talking about domestic violence, domestic abuse, and how sometimes it can be hidden in plain sight. You know, it can be hidden in plain sight if we don't speak up or speak out. Sometimes no one will ever know that we're being abused because people would see, hello there, Annie from Antigua. Thank you for joining. You know, because sometimes people would see you with this person every single day, and they're saying, "Oh, wow, what a loving couple! They're just always together. They're just always together." It's not always a good thing. Sometimes we don't have a choice. We just have to do it, or else. Dove, you're one of the fortunate abused women that have escaped. I'm so thankful. I will continue to pray for your safety, happiness, and a blessed life with your son. Thank you very much, Christine. Yes. Thank you very much, you know. Yeah. I'm sorry. What I'm sorry about is that I didn't have the strength to walk away from the first thing happened. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't have the strength to walk away. I'm sorry that I started looking at it as, oh my God, oh, he went through so much as a child. His mother hated him. So it's like I was thinking maybe if I loved him, showed him what true love was, then that would help him. No, you're killing yourself. Not everybody want love. The more you love them, is the more they hate you, is the more they resent you. You being happy, when you're happy, it's the more they hate you. You have nothing, absolutely nothing. What do you find to be happy about? You understand? I had nothing at all. So what did I find to be happy about? Good night, Angela from Jamaica. Thank you for watching, my dear. Yes, so they would hate things like that. Hate you. Your own partner will hate the fact that people love being around you and people love your personality. They hate you. I remember when I would even wear makeup, it would wipe off the lipstick off my mouth. Say I must take it off. He never wanted me to look good. He didn't. And I remember I would say to him, listen, you may born ugly now, but me never born ugly. So if you wake up, if you take off the makeup off of my face, it's not gonna make much of a difference. Of course, you know makeup elevate all of us. I'm not going to bed again. It's getting interesting. Oh God, Precious, you're too bad. Hmm? You're too bad. I remember I even walked past a man one day. I didn't even notice the man, you know. It's him noticed that the man was looking at me. And the man, I said, one piece of hell the man gave me that night. So, oh, I'm embarrassing him because I'm walking with him and I'm staring at man. I said, which man? I didn't even see the man. And no, when I said I didn't see the man, I knew that somebody passed me, but I didn't even look at the man. I'm in my stress. I'm so stressed. Hi, Clarice from Jamaica. Thank you for joining. You know, nobody look for me. Exactly, no, nobody look for me. This, I was so stressed. I got so skinny because remember, now I have nowhere to turn. I have nowhere to run. I have nowhere to hide. The only place I could go to hide is the same house back at the train line. The train line with my friend and her mother, which was also costing me much. You understand? Because I'm there, and I felt so grateful. I felt like I had to pay for everything. So everything that was needed, I felt like I had to pay it. I had to pay it. I had to pay it. And I said, no, I cannot live like this because I'm not comfortable. I need to go back home where I can be in my own space. And then come back and find me again and they swatting up taking back. And that is how I mash up everything, leave the house wide open and go about in business. Because I left for 4 months, then when I returned, I bought everything new. He assumed it was a man. Christine, damaged, insecure men, women only know how to destroy women and men. It's true. It is true. Because they are destroyed inside, you know. So they want to destroy you. Because they know that it's the only way they can get to keep you around them. Because they know that they are nobodies, and if them know, if you know who they are, you wouldn't want them. They know if you know their true character, you would not want them. So little by little, little by little, little by little, they break you down and you don't even realize until you are broken. Hence, mental health evaluation and therapy is very important for your healing process. It's true. You know, it is true. I've actually never gone through therapy for it, but I've spoken about it. Yeah, but I've never gone through therapy for it. But it was a lot. It was a lot. I remember even I spoke to his uncle about it. I know what his uncle said. Yeah, you lucky because him treat him. The man say, but I see him treat you the best out of everybody. Like nobody to help. Nobody. This man is telling me that him see the man treat me good. Nobody. Precious. God will continue to make a way for you. Don't need to panic over anything. Be strong. You know that I'm not panicking. I'm serious, Precious. I'm not panicking. Even now, I'm not sure next year where I'll be living. I don't know. I'm not panicking. I was before, you know, but for some reason, something has calmed me. I don't know if it's because I know that I shouldn't be stressing, know that I have the baby and I don't want anything to happen to my child. I said to myself, well, a lot of women in the world with 3, 4 children and it's them alone. So I can battle with my one, with or without a partner. Because you see, because initially I thought of my partner as a sperm donor, I think it makes me look at things a little bit differently than people who just go into a relationship for a relationship. It makes me look at things a little differently in the sense that I still want some independence. Plus, apart from that, based on my experience. Based on my experience, you know, Christine. Misery wants company in their misery, of course. Yes, and if they say that they're trying to make you miserable and you're still finding some happiness, some joy, something in the world, them chip out, them chisel at it until they really get to it. They do, Annie. I'm watching and listening to every word you said, and I can relate to your story. What I was happy for is that I had the strength to run. Thank God, Annie. I'm happy you did. I am happy you did. Never look back. After 12 years, I started all over. It was very hard, but I pulled through. Thank God. Thank God, Annie. You know, but I pulled through. And now, so best, yeah? Trust God and everything will be okay. That's what I'm doing. That is what I'm starting to do, Annie. I'm trusting my process. This was years ago, still, you know. This was years ago. This is not my immediate ex. This is not my immediate ex. This was years ago when I had my first job. Yeah, my first job. Nadie, keep on trusting on God and watch Him shower you with blessings and love. God is about to open doors for you that no one can close. Amen. I receive that, Nadie. I do. As I said, ladies, guys, I don't know how I got to this point of the story. I really don't know. But I'm just hoping that someone is watching who may be in this situation, domestic abuse, you know, even if the person has not touched you physically, but they're trying their best to make you feel less of yourself in any way, or they speak to you in derogatory ways, or, you know, just things. You will know when somebody says something to you that is a joke. Sorry. And when somebody is saying something to you to harm you, yes, you will know. I remember one night, you know, box me because him love me that. I know that after that I was crying. I know what he tried to do. You know that this man tried to have sex with me. When I tell you that this man is sick, he was sick. I do not know how I survived that mentally. I don't know how I managed to still be a happy person, a bubbly person, a chirpy person, you know? Someone who still spreads love and joy and peace and encourage others. I don't know how I managed to do it. Because it was so much. It was so much for one person to bear. And what I find myself doing is that if I'm speaking to someone and I feel like they're being abused in any way, I try my best to pull them out. Sometimes they don't like me for it, you know. Because as I said, when you're going through it, you can't see, all you see is darkness. When you're going through it, all you see is darkness. So if people aren't strong enough and if people don't understand enough, they will think you want to be with this person. They don't realize that you're with them because you feel like you have to be with them or they will kill you. You understand? Yes, Aldria, they're really sick. You know? Precious, I do feel so bad seeing how some guys treat their so-called lovers. But continue having faith in God. I guess you are now married to a white man, right? I am not married to a white man. I'm not married to a white man. My child's dad, which is my partner, he is white. Yes, we're not married. Just going through your profile. Just going through your profile. And to speak on that, I'm not sure if I'd ever want to remarry. I'm listening to your story, Carvet. I'm listening to your story. I was having a similar situation. My God, Carvet. And you're living to tell the tale. You're living to tell the tale, yeah? Thank God. And Dylan said, I never know this. And you're always bright at work. Wow. Yeah, because it's my natural personality. It is my natural personality, and it is the same personality that you tried to kill. Yes, Dylan. It is my natural personality. You know, I'm an ambivert. So when I'm out, I'm quite sociable. But if I'm home, I'm a hermit and I lock away from the world and I'm comfortable. And as I said, it has worked for me. Because imagine living in the UK alone without friends, by choice, without family. Just imagine that. And I never feel lonely. I never feel lonely, guys, and I never feel sad. It's a good thing that I actually developed that personality. Mm-hmm. Apart from when my partner is there or if I'm with him, I don't feel lonely. Even him, he cannot understand me. He cannot understand me. He will say like he needs to see me. I don't have that need. I love seeing him and I love being around him. But I don't feel like the world is ending if I don't. At Annie, congratulations. I'm so thankful that you survived and ran for your life. Please help anyone that you can sense maybe in an abusive relationship. Thank you. That's absolutely correct. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, says the Lord. Amen. Amen, Christine. Angela said, I am married. I call it tied up, but I'm doing me right now. You feel tied up. You feel tied up, Angela. You feel tied up for a reason. Yeah, you feel tied up for a reason. So you're in it and you're not happy. I don't know what is happening in the relationship, but if you feel like you're being abused mentally, physically, sexually, financially, in whatever way, I would urge you today to seek help. You do not have to speak to your friends. You do not have to speak to your family because sometimes they don't believe you and they side with the men that you are married to. You hear me? Sometimes they side with the men that you are married to. Sometimes they're having secret conversation behind your back and you are unaware. So I would implore you to find an outside source, a trusted source that your partner doesn't know, that his friends or family don't know, that your friends or family don't know. Don't ask somebody to recommend them for you. Do your own research. Get someone, speak to them. Yeah, and if you feel like you can leave, not feel like, try and plan and see how you can leave safely. If you need to cut off the world so you can gain your peace, you do that. Because you may tell a friend who you think is a friend, and they tell him where you live, where you are. As I said, I don't know your situation. I don't know your situation, Angela, but I'm just saying you can do it. You can do it. In my other relationship, I moved out. I was in a financially stable relationship and I moved out. And now, as I show you guys, I'm living in one room, yeah, in a shared house. I have an immediate neighbor, housemate beside me, and one upstairs in the loft. 3 of us women rent here. And the landlady lives downstairs in her quarters. You understand? Yeah, the landlady lives downstairs in her quarters. Nadi, keep on trusting God and watch Him shower you with blessings and love. God is about, oh, I read that already. I'm trying to find where I was. Oh my. Trying to find where I was. I'm trying to find. Aldria, my kids were my lifesavers. And now today I'm enjoying my life. See it, Aldria? Yes. Because sometimes, is when we have a child, we really open our eyes, I actually used to say the same thing. I used to say that I don't think if I had a child, I would have stayed. I don't think if I had a child, I would have stayed. Not really abused, but he's a walking dog. Okay, Angela, well, if you're going to, well, him being a walking dog is mental abuse, It's mental abuse because it's affecting you mentally. And if you should take something home to you, it's physical abuse. So if you're going to keeping the bed warm, I would implore you to use condoms whether or not he wants to, because you don't know what he is doing if he's protecting himself out there. I would also implore you to get a full panel of STD tests done. Go with him, get him tested also. And even if his tests come back that it is all negative, I would really advise you to not sleep with him without protection. Yeah. I would advise you to not sleep with him without protection. Please run for your life. Zero tolerance to any form of inhumane, sadistic, sociopathic, psychopathic, narcissistic, misogynistic, manipulation, oppression, bullyism, atrocities. Thank you, Christine. That's what I'm saying. It's mental abuse and emotional abuse. Exactly, because it's affecting you. And if he brings home something, it will be physical. How I got out is prayer. You know me too? Yeah, I cried and I prayed. Yes, Keisha, I cried and I prayed and I cried and I prayed. It was so meaningful that day. And when I was done crying and praying that day, I felt light. I felt the difference that day. And I remember I lifted my hands and I just said, thank you, Jesus. I felt new. And I knew that that time, that day was the last day I would have seen him, because I just felt a difference, because I couldn't do it on my own. I needed God to pull me out, because nobody around me would. Nobody didn't care. Not one person. If I told you that I knew one person who cared, I would be lying. Nobody cared. So I stay by myself, I lock off from people, and I don't care. When I needed help, there was nobody at all. Nobody. No family, no friend, no co-worker, nobody. Precious, do the best you can and always pray to God, because prayer changes things. Angela, I'm not with him about 7 years. No, he is by himself. I'm with my kids. Okay, Angela, so you're out of it. Oh, I get it, but you're separated, you're just not divorced. Well, thank God. At least, at least you moved on. You moved on physically, but I know based on how you wrote that, you haven't moved on mentally. That's the hard part. That is the hard part of abuse. You move on mentally, you move on physically, but mentally takes time. Thank God I had my family. Thank God I did algebra. Well, the truth is, I didn't share it with my wider family. Only who was in my household. So because I didn't get any help there, I didn't bother share it with anybody else. Yeah, I didn't share it with anybody else. Oh my God, guys. I feel like I've been on more than I feel like I've been on more than an hour. I don't think I'm going to keep this. Hold on. Why can't I see the time? I'm always having to ask you guys, how long, how long? Daddy said, give God thanks. Today, you are no longer alone. It's true. It's true. Plus, I have to always remember that God is always with me. Keisha, I used to move out, but found myself always going back. I isolate myself from everyone, but I keep on praying until my breakthrough. That is what I'm saying, Keisha. You see? You used to move out and you kept going back. Why do we do this? For me, it was fear of my life. It was fear of my life why I kept going back. Plus, there was nobody else to turn to. So I ended up turning to the abuser, because each time I ran out for help, those people would shut the door in my face. I ended up going back to there. It was a horrible cycle. Horrible cycle, I'm telling you. So Keisha, is it I've been on 1 hour and 38 minutes. Thank you, Simsima. So Keisha, is it that you were able to finally move on? I keep on praying until my breakthrough. Is it that you were finally able to move on, or are you still going through this? Angela, thanks for my kids who is always by my side. I hear a lot of women say that if it wasn't for their children, I don't know how they would have managed. Children are really a blessing. The good ones. I'm not talking about the ones who give problem. RNG, My tangerine. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. You were looking for love and, and acceptance in the wrong place, see? Mm-mm. I'm so sorry to hear that. But I'm glad you're alive to be able to share that with us this evening. Mine was dying. I was scared to die. Good evening, Denise, my dear. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for joining the live. Guys, I've gone 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. I thank you all so much for being on this live with me tonight. You know, if you or anyone that you know that is being abused, I moved away and I have moved on. Thank God, Keisha. And I hope you have not moved on to somebody who is similar, because guess what? We tend to find the same people in a different body. If we do not work on certain things about ourselves, you will end up finding the same person just in a different body. Fear is our greatest enemy. It's true, Christine. Fear. Yeah, fear is our greatest enemy. If I allowed fear to overtake me, I would not have moved out from the last house I was living at, where I was financially stable in. Imagine I moved out to come and live in trauma bonding. That's correct. You know a lot about narcissism, Christine. You know a lot about it. Many of us ladies can write many books. Absolutely. Absolutely, Angela. Keisha, no, I'm happily married now and I'm living my best life. Congrats, Keisha. Congrats, Keisha. You've done very well for yourself. I'm sure every time you look back, you said, thank God you left. Thank God you left when you did. You see, you would not be able to enjoy it. To be enjoying your life now. You'd not be able to be enjoying your life now, no. Precious, why is it that women always go through a lot in relationships today? It's not just today. And it's not just women either. Men are also abused in other ways, you know. Men are also abused. It's also choice and willpower. Choice, you know. When we see the thing happen initially, we don't put a stop to it. We don't just leave. Because women like give chances. Till they get so bad, you're scared to leave, or you can't leave, or don't know how. Aldria, I have no desire for another man. None. If you feel that way because you want to feel that way, because it's just your choice, I would say that's good, Aldria. But if this is something because you fear meeting someone like that person that you were with before, then I would say that you are still giving your life to that ex. Yeah, I would say that your ex still controls your life. If he is the reason why you don't want someone else, then he is still controlling your life. So think about it. Think about it, you know? Because we all need companionship. We all need companionship. I don't think we were on this earth to just be alone. You know, sometimes you need a little person to talk to or to hug you. Yes, the children can hug you, but it's different. The children they kiss you, but it's different. It's a different type of relationship. It's a different type of emotion. It's very different. Keisha, thank you, but I'm scared for life from my part. Yeah, because you've been scarred, terribly scarred. Yes, you've been terribly scarred. The long walk to freedom, Christine. Psalm 1:1-6. Peace, love, happiness, good health, limitless blessings, and limitless prosperity in all your endeavors. Thank you so much, Christine, and we all wish the same for you and yours. Thank you. Aldra. No, man, not at all. Just feels free. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. If it's just by your choice, then do you and enjoy it. You just do you and enjoy it. To be honest, I would have stayed single even longer after moving on from the financially stable relationship that you guys hear me mention in other videos or other lives, I would have stayed single longer. But because I was almost 40 and I really wanted even one child, I said no. No, no, no. I'm gonna go on a dating site and I'm gonna be upfront and I'm gonna tell these people that I'm seeking a sperm donor. True, true, guys. Not lying, not lying at all. You're very welcome, Christine, and thank you also. Precious. It's really touching. There are many single mothers out there struggling, sometimes in relationships. Both need to understand each other in order for the relationship to last. It is true. That's absolutely true. There are a lot of married people who are single in their relationship. There are a lot of people in relationships living with men and women and they are single. They don't even sleep on the same bed. They don't even talk, but they live together, they pay the bills together. Sometimes they take care of the children together. A lot of the times it's left only on the woman, and especially if the woman decides that she's not going to keep his bed warm anymore. It don't take care of them pitney there. Dog name your supper. As far as I'm concerned now, those children are yours. You understand? As far as he is concerned now, those children are only yours because him cannot get the cow anymore. So I'm not giving the calf any milk. Keisha, thank God you are brave to come out and share this with us. Me, I'm not so brave this minute. I want to speak out the next. I want, 1 minute you want to speak out and the next minute is a no, no. Well, I'm like this. I'm generally a plain person. So either I'm going to just tell you something or none at all. Yeah, I'm either going to tell you something or none at all. And I'm the one who decided to come on and do social media and share my life and share certain things. Mind you, I'm sure there may be certain things that I will end up sharing that will probably have a negative effect on me or so. I don't know. But when I get to that bridge, I will cross it. Yeah. When I get to that bridge, I will cross it. I like social media, I enjoy doing it. And I just want to come on and just be myself. Patrice, I have a family member married and they sleep in separate rooms. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah? Mm-hmm. They're married strangers. They're married, but they're strangers. So those things a lot of the time is a process. So one of them is, I guess, waiting for the other one to leave. Yeah, I guess one of them is waiting for the other one to leave, Mm-hmm. Life can be as challenging as we want it, or life can be as happy and as beautiful as we want it. But we have to make better choices for ourselves. We have to make better choices for ourselves. And one way to do that is when we spot certain things, we need to go. And I'm not saying that people aren't allowed chances because we're humans. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying people aren't allowed chances. But if you're watching the person and you see that the person is doing the same thing they say you don't like and they keep doing it and they keep doing it or they're getting worse, that's a huge red flag. They have no respect for you. And you just need to respect yourself and find a way to leave it before your heart gets intertwined in it, You need to find a way to leave it before your heart gets caught up in it. Carve it. I can write many books about my past relationship with my baby father. Lord God, carve it. Thank God you're out of it. Thank God you're out of it, and I hope you were able to get past it. I mean, you always remember it, but I hope you're able to live a meaningful, a fulfilling, and a happy life without it being, that crutch. Sorry, not crutch. Without it being your kryptonite. Precious, your intonation is really so sweet. Continue enjoying your orange. You want some of my tangerine, Precious? I think you want some, Anyway, guys, look out for yourselves. Look out for others. Respect yourself. Love yourself. It's a journey. You know, it's a journey. I'm not going to say any longer. I've been in for a while, probably an hour and 45 minutes. I'm Dion. My platform is Dove London. And I'm a 40 years old. First time mom to be. And I'm an aspiring stay-at-home mom. I don't know how it will happen yet, but that's what I want. I started to write a book, but could not go through with it because it's still painful. Oh, wow, Keisha, and yet you're happily married now, you see? These things are so traumatic. These things are so traumatic, but writing it may help you. Even if you don't publish a book for now, just write it to get it out. Write and cry if you need to. Write and bawl and write and bawl and write and bawl. And let it out. Because if you say it is still so painful, it is still affecting your life now. Yeah, it is still affecting your life now. When I think about mine, to be honest, I don't feel any pain. I don't feel any pain. It was many years ago still. I just know I went through I just know I went through that ordeal and I went through it alone. But I don't feel pain. So yes, guys, if you are anyone that you know, you have a blessed week and stay blessed. You too, Nadie, thank you for joining. So if you are anyone that you know is going through any form of abuse, you try your best, find a way, get out safely, or speak to them, see if you can help them get out of it safely. Good night, Patrice, my dear. Yes, I'm Dion. My platform is Dove London. And I'm going to love you and leave you now, right? And until next time, guys, the journey continues. Christine, run from abusers. Many women never had the opportunity to survive and run. 1 Thessalonians 5. Encourage and lift up each other as you're doing. Women empowerment. That's absolutely correct, Christine. Thank you so much. Thank you. Aldria, it was really hard for my kids at first, but we made it. Yeah, because when the children used to having mom and dad in the house, and then they split apart, it will affect them. But the longer you stay, it end up affecting them the older they get and understand what is really happening, So I'm happy you moved on. I'm really happy you moved on, and I'm glad the family is okay now also. Keisha, thank God you're brave to come out and share. Okay, where am I? Yes, Dylan. Thank you for as a matter of fact, guys, all of you, just thank you very much for being here and for listening to me share my story, of how I came out of my abusive, mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive relationship many years ago. Yeah. Good night, Simsima. So thank you, guys. I'll see you in my next live, okay? And have a great week. Bye, guys.